Good evening, I'm Rebecca Miller, and welcome to Real Men Care, Real Women Count, a wonderful opportunity to honor those in our community who have shown tireless dedication to creating a better life for our furry four-legged friends. This evening, we're going to tell you a little bit more about the Dallas Companion Animal Project, or DCAP, and a few of its community initiatives. But before we get started, we want to send out a special thank you to Jim and Liz Barron of Tacos and Tequila for allowing us to take part in their grand opening event. Make sure you head back often, as Tacos and Tequila are going to make a donation for every Good Karma guacamole ordered. In 2010, the city of Dallas created a task force to make recommendations on how to reduce the euthanasia of adoptable animals in our community. The Metroplex Animal Coalition, the Dallas Animal Advocates, and DCAP pledged to work together to implement these task force recommendations. In May 2013, all three groups officially merged under the DCAP name in order to combine the strength and the resources of all of the groups under one umbrella. Our community outreach includes important programs like Pets for Life and the Lucy Fund. The programs are based on the core belief that we all love our animals and we want to be responsible pet owners, but some of us simply don't have access to the resources that we need.
The Humane Society of the United States operates 4 Pets for Life direct care markets in Chicago, Los Angeles, Philadelphia, and Atlanta. We also have in partnership with PetSmart Charities, where we train and mentor groups, and PetSmart Charities provides grant money. On a day-to-day basis, we have people doing community outreach, going door to door and talking to people, sharing information, making people aware of the services that Dallas Animal Services has to offer. Twice a year, we do what we call community outreach events, is what we're here doing today. So with the vaccines, we also sign up and book appointments for spay neuter. What we've seen is that in underserved communities across the country, 80% of the pets that live there are unaltered, which is the exact opposite of the national figure, where roughly 80% of the owned pets in America are already fixed. So we're really trying to target that high unaltered pet areas.
What we've found with this program is that people love their pets regardless of socioeconomic status, regardless of culture, regardless of what their experiences are with veterinarians, with the shelter. And we just have to reach the people that haven't been reached before. And today we are here in Dallas to hold their first community outreach event under the Pets for Life PetSmart Charities mentorship grant. And we're providing free rabies, parvo distemper, signing people up for spay neuter, microchips, and city licenses.
You know, we had to recruit a lot of volunteers. This was kind of a new thing and I had never participated in anything like that before. But we had 62 volunteers that day. And these people were so motivated to what they were doing. They were out there not just for the animals, but for the community and for the people. And to see the compassion that they had, and to see how that impacted not only the animals that were being vaccinated and signed up for spay neuter, but the people who owned them. And it just was absolutely phenomenal watching this.
The Lucy Fund was established to provide financial assistance for emergency veterinary care to people who otherwise would be forced to surrender their pets to municipal shelters. DCAP works with veterinarians to provide the necessary services, keeping more pets in their homes and out of the shelters.
Lucy was one of my dogs who had more spirit in life than any dog I've ever known. She left this world all too soon, and there was nothing I could do to change that, but there was something I could do for other pets and try to continue her legacy of joy and spirit and love for others. There was one Chihuahua who had a growth behind his eye, and it was causing his eye to come outside of his head, and it had actually died, and it just looked terrible, and it felt terrible, and we had the eye removed. And he just became 10 years younger almost overnight when he had the eye removed.
We all recognize the tireless efforts of all of the animal shelters, the animal rescue groups, the welfare service providers, and many other affiliated organizations that are all helping to reduce the number of animals euthanized every year.
The Dallas Companion Animal Project brings support to animal services in so many varying ways. I think probably one of the most important ways is through the community support. The ability to reach out to our community and provide them with resources that help maintain that human-animal bond is just so important. So one of the other very important programs that the Dallas Companion Animal Project supports DAS through is our Friends Of program. It gives us the ability to apply for government grants that otherwise would not be accessible to Dallas Animal Services. It gives us the opportunity to allow the public to donate to the above and beyonds for Dallas Animal Services. Without our Friends Of program, we would not be able to go above and beyond the standard daily care requirements that the city is able to provide. One of the other ways that Dallas Companion Animal Project has supported DAS is by helping us bring volunteer initiatives to our shelter, our animals, and our community. Currently, Dallas Animal Services hasn't launched a volunteer program yet and doesn't have the existing resources. However, the Dallas Companion Animal Project has built a bridge for people that want to help and the needs of DAS and the desires for the community for us to get out in front of the community with our animals and our programs. And they've supplied us with this amazing pool of volunteers that have just made amazing differences. But one of the ones that I think has really touched our community and touched all of our hearts so deeply was the Clear the Shelter event. It was an outstanding initiative of shelters and people throughout the Metroplex area. But again, an amazing opportunity that would have never been possible without the volunteers brought to us by Dallas Companion Animal Project.
Another important part of this program is the DCAP Assistance Network.
The DCAP Assistance Network is a program of DCAP's Pet Placement Support Initiative. It's an online portal. It's designed specifically to build capacity in local animal welfare organizations. Every animal that a rescue group or shelter transfers from Dallas Animal Services gets a second chance at a forever home and also makes room for another animal coming in. But their capacity is limited by the amount of resources that they have.
We came to them for food and they started supplying us with food, crates, dog beds, collars, leashes, just all sorts of things like this that saved us a lot of money to be able to vet an additional dog. So with that savings, we've been able to pull probably an additional 40 or 50 dogs in the last couple of years. Had we had to go out and spend the money that we raised on all these items that we got from them, we have to say no. We have to turn dogs away.
The network is a one-stop shop for corporations or individuals wanting to donate products and services, knowing their donations will be used by credible, fully vetted charities and used effectively.
We started about 3.5 years ago in an attempt to find a way to help keep more animals out of the shelter and to assist some rescue groups who were struggling to feed the animals that they rescue. Just this week, a family in desperation with 4 dogs, 4 senior dogs who needed not only food, they needed vet care, and the family needed help too. DCAP was called for the animal care, and they called me immediately for food, and I had to pack up and go right then. They were completely out of food. It's been an amazing journey. And I get emotional.
We need your help to build an army to support the Assistance Network. By partnering with DCAP, your nonprofit, your business, your civic organization will not only be contributing to this life-saving effort, but you'll also have access to all the wonderful benefits through this collaboration. Businesses interested in partnering with Dallas Companion Animal Project can join us as an active partner, an associate partner, or supporting partner. Here's a link to the website to find out more. DCAP Spay Days are one-day, high-volume, high-quality, low-cost spay and neuter clinics.
It's wonderful, it's chaos, it's making new relationships, it's an amazing experience. We started 2.5 years ago with maybe 1 event a month, no, 1 to 2 events a month, and now we're doing 3 events a month. I would say by the end of the year we'll be over 5,000 pets that we've sterilized since then. Well, I think I guess the first impact would be that there's fewer puppies and kittens being born, but I do think we have a long way to go. I think that the other thing is that we're changing the attitude toward our pets, and that's what's important. You know, by us showing that we have compassion for them and that we find them important and we have esteem for these pets, they realize, oh, that's okay to feel that way. Ideally, the best thing that we could do is to be offering sterilizations at no cost in, you know, close proximity to the folks who need it.
Education and awareness are essential to building a society that places significant value on the role of companion animals.
Well, we've been operating in the community for a number of years, and we were aware of DCAP and their plans. We had been associated with the organization that merged with them, and so we made contact with them and said, let's sit down and talk about what your plans are and see if there's ways we can assist you with some of your gap areas. We are just getting started. We focused on the South Dallas area, which was the area for DCAP, and we had our first session at the Zaragoza Rec Center with an after-school program. And we have an excellent volunteer who's a certified humane educator. And she has started the program there. She met with the kids, about 35, brought some dogs over, and used that first session to kind of gauge their understanding of animal issues, animal welfare. And surprisingly, the kids were very engaged and asked a lot of really good questions. We were trying to figure out how to address the issue of spay and neuter in a delicate way, and 5 minutes in, one of the kids was like, let's talk about spaying and neutering. Well, we want to prove that we can be, that humane education works, and we want to be a good, solid partner with DCAP. So, you know, a year from now, I would like us to be in at least 6 or 7 community centers and after-school programs.
DCAP is a group that relies on the community for success. Our volunteers and our board members have worked tirelessly on all of the programs that we've discussed tonight. However, the more involvement we have, the more impact that we can have. Here's an idea of how others have helped.
For several years, I've been doing a fundraising event called the Bow Wow Sessions. What a Bow Wow, what a Bow Wow session is, I wanted to make it different than my regular photography. I am a dog photographer, and I wanted to make this different than my regular photography. So it's bright colors, bright patterns, wacky props, lots of fun, and all of the session fees go to DCAP. We've done it actually for a number of years now, and I want to say that we have raised over $10,000 for spay neuter clinics. You really feel like you are making a difference. It's not a huge group, there are not a lot of people, it's not this big entity that you feel like you're just this tiny little cog. I really get the feeling that I really do make a difference. What I'm doing is important, and every little bit that I can give to help makes a difference in a lot of animals' lives. It's a great group of people.
So I am the one who is out there every time we have an event or a need, trying to get someone either from our pool of existing volunteers or new volunteers to take on the task. This group has so many opportunities. There's something for everybody to do. I've worked with, I'm working right now trying to get some of the older troops, Boy and Girl Scouts involved. I've contacted a lot of the local colleges and had them post things out on their fraternity, sorority websites or, you know, pages. I've gotten a lot more corporate volunteering going on, so we're adding more and more companies in the area who want to do something as a team, and just really relying a lot of word on mouth from our volunteers. What can you do? I can find a place for you to use that talent with this group. We need it.
We hope the stories and the information that we've shared with you tonight encourage you and inspire you to get involved and tell others all about us.
DCAP has been this umbrella overseeing the different groups, the different components to make a difference, our city government, the leaders. People are starting to realize that this is a critical organization and that we're here to help everybody. I would encourage anybody to come to a vaccination clinic, come see these pet owners, watch them, watch how much they love their pets, and I think it'll make a difference. I think it'll make it easier. You'll understand why we need money and why we need financial contributions to keep these programs going.
Thank you so much for your support of the Dallas Companion Animal Projects. None of this would be possible without you, and we're especially grateful to everybody that's in attendance tonight, because all of the ticket prices and all of the silent auction proceeds are going to go to fund the Dallas Companion Animal Project programs.